What's up, boys? We're back with some more Soulstone survivors for the huge Titan update, and they've set a release date for the 1.0 release, which is June 17th, I believe. There's a new shaman character. We actually had to play the entirely new game mode Titan Hunt as well to unlock him. So for now, we're going to try out the Myrmidon, who I haven't really messed around much with. He was added in one of the more recent patches, so still fairly new. We're just going to mess around with some generically strong runes that seem like decent stat boosts. I'm not really sure what the best is, but we're just going into the new game mode anyways, so we have to unlock a bunch of different difficulties. 900% boss health sounds kind of crazy, but let's see what it's all about. So this character seems to be based around ice stuff and the unique buff Icy Veins, which causes us to gain stacks whenever we cast, and then once we reach a certain amount, our next skill will trigger icicles towards random enemies, causing heavy damage and applying slow. And it looks like that's on both of these starting abilities, and then we also apply the slow effect. So we're going to try and build around that, as well as the slow effect, since I haven't really done much with that. I don't... Oh, we can actually choose a Titan. I'm not sure if there's any difference, so we'll just go with the one on the left, just in case that's the easiest. Yeah, I think bosses aren't really affected by slow, and I think there's some sort of diminishing return, so it never really sounded that good to me. But we'll give it a try here. And that chaining ice beam actually seems pretty cool. Which is that? Creating multiple icy chains. Okay, Glacial Trident, that's really cool. I want to scale that one up. And then that one is damage based on the stacks of Icy Veins on me and leaving a freezing area on the ground. So I want to keep pulling them through that if possible. And then I think I have one or two more skills unlocked that also have the Icy Veins effect we're going to be looking for. And then we'll probably just get some buffing effects to go with all of that. Oh, I should take a look at the mini-map. I think there are some unique events here, so we'll go check out that green thing since that's close by. Kill the Cultist of Heresy. Okay, we just summoned a bunch of elite range guys, it looks like. And we have to stand inside of this purple circle, it looks like. Kind of taking a while to get our early levels here. Let's try and grab all that XP. Chance of blocking attacks. I guess we'll take it at rare. I've always felt like the blocking effect in this game was sort of an either stack it or not thing, where it just becomes a lot more consistent when you really build into it a lot. And I think there's actually some skills that improve your blocking chance now. Okay, so I don't think any of these will be super good. Wait, what is Purity? Release a wave of light, damaging enemies, hits more than 4, also heals you. Oh! Having at least one source of healing in combat might actually be very useful. I think I'll go ahead and grab that then. Yeah, there's a ton of new, like, unique buffs for a lot of different elements of the skills now as well. We'll go for multicast, I like that stat. So we have 4 cultists left, it looks like. Kind of hard to actually focus them right now. Damage seems purely random. I like cast frequency here. Oh, Arcane Power is nice. That gives us multicast chance. Earth Shields. Resilience increasing armor and healing. That also sounds pretty nice. I think this will fit nicer with spamming the ice skills as much as possible and getting a ton of the Icy Vein stacks though. So I'll definitely lock that one in, and we'll see what else we get later on. There's one left, but I can't really tell exactly where they are. I'll take a green crits here. So many enemies stacked up together. I think we got him. Green damage, sure. Okay, there's something on the ground over here. Let's see, Ice Vortex. This doesn't really have anything super cool here, but it is lasting in ice, so it'll at least work with the slowing stuff. Okay, I guess we get a ton of XP off of that. Duration or ice can trigger Holy. So this would improve our healing at decent amounts. And eventually this will be useless, although right now it would be okay. So I think we'll take this for the long term. Eventually you'll get to the points of keeping all of your buffs up the entire time. Smite and Arcane Power gain damage. Oh, that's really good because that actually changes the potency of buff effects. So that gives us a bunch of multicast chance on that, and then also improves whatever's on that. And I don't think you can have like several copies of the same skill running at the same time. So we'd really like to get some more Icy Vein stuff now, I think. I guess we'll take some rerolls here. Might is very good, big damage modifier. I guess I'll go ahead and grab this, and then we'll start grabbing some passive bonuses and maybe replace this stuff and save the rerolls or something else. Yeah, I don't think you can have multiple copies of the exact same skill, or I mean with a buff skill, if your cast speed is very fast. I could be wrong on that, but I know it used to not work that way. We should go check out some more events now that we've grabbed all of this. Let's go ahead and unlock this so that we can try to find some debuff synergy with that maybe. Okay, so the green things are just healing crystals, it looks like. What is this? I have no idea. Kill the shadows of the voids. Looks like a bunch of bosses got summoned. Yup, a bunch of bosses did indeed get summoned. I don't have nearly enough dashes for this right now. We can pass on that. And then cast frequency again. That will be useless later on. But I think it'll help out quite a bit right now. And we could use some power to help with these bosses, I think. Jesus, that is a massive area. Is that really necessary? Multicast on Smite, that's fine. I don't really want to lower my movement speed right now anyways. And we can increase it there, that's nice. We don't care here, grab the passive. Legendary multi looks good. Skill of Ice triggers Thrust, which would be that. Does that mean it can chain itself? It sounds really cool, but I don't think I'm going to lock a rare when we have that one thing that guarantees legendaries eventually. Multicast on a bunch of stuff, yep. And here, I'll get some more movement. Don't think we care here. But I do still want to see the options we have there, so that's why I'm not locking that yet into the passives. I'll probably just take global upgrades if they're close enough in rarity to the single skill upgrades. Unless it's one of the ones I really want to try out at high level, like Glacial Trident, since that seems cool. Oh, those little yellow things are like the crafting resources, it looks like. So it looks like that's the same boss event with an extra one. Oh, you actually have to be pretty close to this beam attack because it's much harder to avoid at long range. Yeah, I think the healing is going to come in handy here. We got earlier, green crit chance. There is a lot of stuff going on in this game, even on the lowest difficulty, my god. Hopefully the ground effects aren't too bad because there's so much stuff. I don't think I can even possibly avoid everything. Jesus. Okay, so here's our legendaries. Ice will trigger Holy, which would be good for smites, not as much for that area for 3-4 different things, but might doesn't actually benefit from that, so that would be 3 damage for 4. That's very good. So I think we'll probably take these two. Take this one for now. Oh my god, dude, this is insane. Am I supposed to save these for later? After you gain some levels or something? This seems insane. Jesus. Like, I can't possibly avoid all of the ground effects on top of their insane ranged AoE. This is insanity. So we can grab our Lux thing now. I don't think we want any of these. This has the same healing thing and then also a damage buff. So we could actually replace that maybe. This is 2 stacks every 5.2. This is 2 stacks every 1.9, so that would be a lot more healing and a damage buff on top of that. This has the empowering and lasting tags, which are very nice though. So I think we'll stick with that. This does not have icy veins, so I don't care that much. It does have a crit strike damage against enemies it hits. I honestly think we're fine with these for now. We'll keep looking for stuff with icy veins though, so we can trigger that more often. The potency on that is good. What would I replace with the last icy vein skill? I guess it would have to be Ice Vortex then? I definitely want the healing and the multicast, and Might's just so good, so I guess we'll probably go for 3 of those then. Holy, improved skills without Holy. Okay, that's fantastic. It'll improve all of our ice damaging abilities. Oh, we can actually move on from this area now. Got all the bosses and the XP off of their Soulstones. No, that's the same thing. Extra dash, sure. That is definitely very helpful with some of these boss arenas. We need void fragments. I'm not sure what those are coming from. Maybe from the events. So we're at 8 to what we're at after this. Called the Dune Vultures. We actually do seem to be able to slow those quite a bit, so that's actually a lot easier. I'll grab some area here. So we got one. It might have been the yellow crystal there. I wasn't paying attention to exactly when that ticked over. Kind of focused on just avoiding stuff right now. Ice improves your skills without ice, so 3 different ones, 16%, that's very good. This will improve our healing, but I think this will give a lot more damage overall. And also improve the healing slightly, maybe? Depending on if that works on the effect it applies or not. Okay, it looks like we got one right when I opened that crystal. That's a big scorpion. So are we gonna have 5 bosses now? Nope, just 2. No. Duration, not the greatest. But it would be pretty helpful right now, I guess we'll get it. Oh my god, those areas are insane! This is a very awkward spot for the event to spawn as well, because it's so tall, but not a lot of room to move to the side. It's a very narrow area. Crit damage, sure. I don't know how you can possibly avoid everything here. This is crazy, man. Jesus. There's just an entire screen of effects everywhere. Like, I have to go through the poison. This is insane! Jesus, what? Purple multicast, yeah. I legitimately don't understand where it wants me to go. What is this? This is insane, man. What? Like, I have to go through there. I don't understand. The entire screen is covered in poison and it's just slowly killing me. Are you supposed to like stack heal effects or something? There's no possible way you could avoid all of that. Okay, so I guess we'll try a Healy-based character then? What does Paladin have for the various weapons? Prowess and Purity. So Purity is the healing thing, right? How do I... No. Where's the skill list? So yeah, it looks like you can go Purity on either of those two loadouts. We can also get multicast chance. That would be very good for healing as well. So let's try the second loadout there then. And then just stack some skills with that. And then maybe we can actually survive the poison puddles. We'll just take similar runes again. So this one for the guaranteed legendaries is super nice. And then I feel like these two are very good for blues, and then we have 1 slot and 3 power left. If we're stacking heals, then the one that reduces damage would be kind of nice. And then I'm not sure anything up here is super important. Maybe stuff I don't have unlocked yet. Oh, that's kind of helpful since it's free anyways, and free rerolls, sure. So we've got a swing that gives finesse purity, and then that has extra damage for each target hit directly. I just don't see any possible way you could avoid the poison pools long enough there. They were literally covering the entire screen. So this has purity. What is devastating? Direct damage is multiplied by 3 on crits. Prowess and resilience, damage, and armor. Actually having some armor power might be decent. But let's stack some purity for now. For just heroic strike, area of swing, that works on everything, that looks good. Versus just an upgrade for one skill. Let's get... Oh, I forget what this does. Oops. Let's get some movement for now. Can I see what the paladin thing is? Probably not without going back out to the skill tree. I'm not going to do that. Power Conductor, Dazed and Electrified. Bulwark and Finesse, that actually sounds decent. Debuffs enemies for damage taken, and then 2 different buffs on top of that. Sounds decent. Holy has a chance to cast swing. Sounds good. Multicast of Heroic Strike. I think I'd rather have that for everything. 1/4 the chance, but potentially 6 different skills at the same time. Blade Storm doesn't really have any useful buffs. This has damage. This has armor reduction damage. Might be okay. Swing can cast Slam. I'm not sure I'm going to keep that. Whatever. It's a legendary. Let's go area here, I think. Actually, I probably should have grabbed some armor to go with all the healing. Beacon of Light, Exposed, and Purity. Sounds good. Bloody Saw. Finesse multicast. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that. Holy improves skills without Holy, which would be that. It gives crit chance. Oh, it actually improves 3 things. It's not terrible. I guess that's fine. Bigger area. Don't think I want any of those. We'll take a green magnet. Seems like some sort of explosion when I stand in those. Does it still go off if I don't? Sure. Survivability. Yeah, it seems like... Oh, there was... Or is that one of my skills? I'm honestly not sure. Hammer of Justice blue. I think I'd rather take a global green. Although cast frequency also improves the healing and the buffing. Okay, we'll take that then, actually. No. Damage. Not the greatest. I think we'll take some block power then. Just try and get that survivability up to a point where I can actually get through all of the poison grounds, hopefully. Frequency, I guess I'll try whatever that is. I'll take another early magnet, I think. Don't think so. Damage, not the greatest. We'll probably go multicast then. Blue multicast. Area of Holy, that's 3 different ones versus a blue multicast. I think we'll go for that to work on more stuff and improve the healing at the same time. Smite, that would be good to have. Let's see. I would lose the legendary on that, but that just has so many different useful effects. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Oh well. So here's our legendaries. That works on a ton of stuff. Extra area. Multicast of physical. That's everything, it looks like. Multicast of just one skill. So I think we'll take these 2 then. Go ahead and grab that. Might would have been good, but I think we'll pass on that this time. Damage of Templars, nah, we'll just get some area here. Green magnets. Getting pretty glowy. Let's turn the skill effects down a little bit. Purple on just heroic. I guess we'll take that. Nah. I guess we'll try a bit more of whatever that is. Critical damage of Templar's verdicts? I don't think so. Just take some regular damage. Double slash cast frequency. Oh, damage reduction. That's probably pretty important with the healer base build here. Penance. Applying Dazed and Purity. That sounds pretty good. We have Purity on everything already other than that. But this has so many useful status effects, and it's a swing, which has that really nice holy swing synergy, I think it was. So I think we'll probably just stick with these. Harry on Smite, that's fine. Templar's Verdict, and Smite. That's okay, I guess I'll take it. So that works on 4, 30% damage. Yeah, sure. I think we're okay, but I still want to see a few more area beacon. We'll go for the global upgrades. Green damage. Green damage. Arcane Power, that would actually be very good. 70% multicast that'll scale up. I should definitely take that. So what do we replace? Finesse and Purity, Finesse and Purity. That only has Purity. It has Exposed and Purity, that only has Purity. So I guess we actually have to go Templar's Verdict then. Rip. But I think multicast is just going to be too good. Beacon of Light, Smite. Skills of Holy for 3 different ones. I think we'll go here then. And then we could probably use some armor with all that healing. Swing improves non-swing stuff, Beacon of Light and Smite. Shouldn't that improve Arcane Power? That doesn't have the swing tag, right? Okay, it looks like it's improving it there, but it doesn't show up in the list. So we're at 75% and then 75% still. Okay, so I guess it doesn't work, huh? Well, another one. Yeah, I guess it doesn't work on that for some reason, even though it's not a swing. Let's go for some cast frequency. Yeah, I guess you just need a lot of healing for this new mode then. So this actually isn't very good, but I believe you can only have 1 level in this, and that will remove it from the upgrade pool. Maybe if you were playing a full crit damage build with that type of thing that did 3 times damage on critical strikes, it might be okay. but you just hit stuff so many times before it dies that it just doesn't really increase your overall damage that much. Let's go for some more early XP and then cast frequency. That is such a massive AoE, my god, man. Damage of just Hammer of Justice? I guess so. Block power is good for survivability. We might want some area on that. Just improve the stacking of whatever it has on it. So here's our legendaries. Multicast of Heroic is not the greatest area of a lot of stuff that's very good. Multicast will improve the healing on that. Which one is Heroic? That one. So that'll give multicast and healing. That'll give healing and the exposed extra damage. So I guess we'll probably go with these two then. So that's actually on the active skill thing. Interesting. So we might be on the Titan boss now then. Block, sure. Oh, that's a lot of webs on the ground over there. I guess it probably just slows us if we walk onto it. Well, we can't really avoid them now at a certain point. Area on beacon, yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, there is no way to avoid everything now. Which seems to be a bit of a theme right now with the new content. Nah. Ooh, movement. Ooh, damage reduction. Well, we're probably done with a run, so I guess we could block one and take the other. Not the most optimal, since you have guaranteed legendaries every once in a while, but I don't know if you can keep going after you kill one of them anyways. so that might be the most value we can get out of it anyways. This is legitimately like a million times easier than the first run. The healing makes such a difference. Movement speed and critical chance. Critical strike, you have a chance to gain haste for 1% movement speeds. This seems like it could be better in the very, very long run. Let's just go ahead and take the decent boost right now, then. Oh, we should be able to do at least 5 of them, right? Since that's the unlock for the new Shaman class, I think. So yeah, I think we can keep going. Alright, so we wasted 1 lock, but oh well. Out of these, I'll take some cast frequency. Cast frequency on that will eventually be useless. It's okay right now. I think we'll probably just go ahead and banish it, and then take a green block power. Duration, we'll banish that. Potency, that's very good though. So 75% up to 98% multicast on that. Yeah, the bosses just leave such an absurd number of damaging areas on the ground. Area of empowering. Arcane power only buffs me, so it doesn't do anything there. It would just be smites. I guess that's fine. Nah. Without Holy, it would be Heroic Strike Double Slash, and it should be Arcane Power as well, right? I wonder if that's like a weird bug with the new patch. So Finesse, we actually do have quite a bit of that, and that would give us some stacking block power. That's crit chance. Yeah, I think I like that for the full healing survivability builds. Damage on Heroic Strike, we'll just take some global crit chance. Cast a skill, a swing, cast a holy skill instantly. Yeah, that sounds great actually. I think we'll go ahead and skip the actives now. Holy into Arcane. This will eventually be useless, but right now, that should actually allow us to instantly have 100% uptime on that actually, with all the holy skills I think. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a level in that, maybe banish it later on. Amount of Divine Inspiration. I don't know what that means, and extra multicast on that is very good, so we're just going to go there. I really should have looked up the Paladin's skill tree before coming in here, but that first loss was just really frustrating. nothing I could do and slowly getting worn down by dots. Let's go magnetic since we just got a bunch of XP here. And another one. Damage of smite, not the greatest, more magnetic I guess. Let's go multicast here. Damage. Now we'll get some armor. Armor. Green crit damage. Oh, it looks like I grab a certain number of those and then I get a movement speed increase. So multicast on hammer, damage of lasting. Oh, this is very good. That will improve the buff of that on top of those two skills. Yeah, we'll take that. So 113 on 233. There's probably some other stats on top of that, but I guess it's a temporary buff. I'll get a bit more area on that, sure. So here's our legendaries. Multi on Beacon of Light, Global, swing into Arcane. We already got the Holy version into that, right? I could probably banish that since we're not going to take any other Arcane stuff. Oh, it gave me another legendary, nice, okay. So out of these, we'll probably take these two, I think. Holy into... Oh, multicast on all of those, that's pretty good. But I don't think I'm going to lock it. The area, which is not the greatest. I think we'll just take the multicast on a bunch of different stuff. Green area, blue area. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's go armor, I think, for the tank build, and then I guess some HP to go with that. Bit of movement. Damage of swing, that's pretty good, yeah. Oh, I guess the Titan will always be in that little choke point, depending on the map. So I actually should have come to this area last. Oh, and I guess the reduced Divine Inspiration charges will make that temporary buff last longer. Damage for a bunch of stuff, yep. What is that? A lot of enemies that I can't move through. Cast frequency, that's fine. Area for one skilled basically. I guess I'll still take a purple. Another dash, bulwark gain aptitudes. Honestly, I'm leaning towards this just because we're trying to face tank everything eventually. And that'll give us a bunch of crit damage. I'm not sure the +1 dash is that good for the build here. Frequency of holy lights. Let's go multicast here. Potency of the buff, yeah, that's quite good. Improved Beacon of Light and Smites. This might actually be better. 12% for just 2 skills versus 10% for everything. Or wait, that might have been per skill with that tag. Blue movements. Like, the poison pools literally last for minutes. That's absolutely insane. Blue magnet, sure. Those have legit been there over an entire minute. How are you supposed to avoid that? I don't see how you do this as a non-heal build. Area. I guess I'll get some over here. I guess so. I can't move even with the dash. Blue armor. That's a lot of XP crystals. Multicast of heroic. I guess that's fine. Okay, that's a lot of glowing lights in the same area. Turn that down very low now. area of 3 different ones. Yep. Area again. Also, when there's a huge number of enemies out, it's actually very hard to even open those things. So the heal build also benefits from that. So 2 get some multi-strike, Holy into Swing. Okay, I think this is one of our best in slots. Holy into Arcane. Didn't I banish that? Oh, it might have been Swing into Arcane, but we'll banish that one as well then, since we should have close to 100% anyways. Multicast of Smites. We'll definitely take this. Oh wait, it improves skills without Holy. And that might actually be per Holy, which would make it insane, so we'll take these 2 then. Yeah, I'm not positive if that's the total modifier or if that's per skill tag with that. Swing improves those 2, not bad. Potency on that's very good. We're up to 170% multi-gas on that now. Let's go more armor. Damage of Beacon of Light. Now we'll take Caspian. I feel like it could just teleport you over there, since there aren't any enemies or anything on the map. There isn't really any point in making you run all the way across the map for that. There's lots of tornadoes down there. I think we'll try and do like a large circle pattern and see if they fade by the time we get somewhere over there. It's actually very tough to move through those guys. Okay, those tornadoes last quite a while. Phase 2? Oh, that actually keeps going even when the line disappears. Oops. Holy improves those two. Yeah, that's fine. It's kind of weird that the line disappears that fast and then the attack keeps going for like 2-3 seconds afterwards though. Alright, got our little paladin buff there for some extra move speed. This is a pretty long fight. I guess some crit damage here, speed it up a little bit. Ooh, apply exposed, 4% damage, direct damage. Chance to gain form, critical chance. Oh, that's actually probably better with that one rune I had, based on crit chance? They both sound good, but that should be better with the runes, I think. Damage of just smite. I'll get some more global crit here. So swing improves those ones, that's very good. Finesse, gain bulwark, that's pretty nice. We do have one copy of that at least. I have 5 blocks, and we're like maybe halfway done, probably a bit less actually, so we'll just take this. So I think that's how many you've completed? Yeah, Titan Slain 2. And I just want to unlock the new class at 5 of them anyways for now. I'll go multicast here. Those are probably pretty similar. That one has finesse, so we'll be more likely to put points into that. Let's go a bit more armor. I'll take another green magnet. You know, it would be kind of useful if one of those upgrades for the holy slivers or whatever also increased the pickup range on those. Damage to heroic strike, multicast of holy. Okay, that's great. Like, it's just so hard to grab them with so many bosses out at once. And also all of the damage over time effects they're leaving everywhere. I guess that's fine. I guess I'll take the green for that. I would like to get a little bit more movement speed to go with that, though. Probably the multicast. We have a lot of legendaries for that. Let's get a bit of crit chance then. So improve those two quite a bit, yeah. area of holy, that's pretty solid. Versus just that, yeah, we'll take that. Ooh, blue damage, that's decent. Yep. Purple cast speeds. Bit of area. I'll take crit chance over just one skill. Okay, so legendary smite, holy into swing. We definitely want that. Holy into the other ones, big multicast. So I think we take these two. I need to be spending some of my rerolls at some point as well. That would have been decent. Oh well. Damage of smite, I guess so. So improve those three, that's very good. That's also pretty nice. I think we'll just go here. Bit more armor. Damage of swing. Yeah. Let me through the tiny door. Oh yeah, let's just reroll if I would take a basic upgrade anyways. I do want some movement, so I guess that's fine at green. Improve those two, sure. Yep. Man, this is gonna take a long time to kill 5 Titans. Kind of a crazy unlock requirement for a new class. Can you, like, quit a run and then resume it at some points? Do you just want to take a break? Yeah, should probably take the green armor. This just seems way longer than necessary. This fight doesn't really seem that interesting. It's just extremely slow. Let's get some damage there. of just smite, I guess. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is take like a quick break after this one, and then just split it into 2 videos maybe. Because this is really long just to unlock one class. And we're only 60% of the way done after I finish these 2. Max health and area. Chance to gain electrified is a jolt of electricity, dealing damage and applying dazed. Dazed is something to do with crit, so that should be pretty good then. I think it's either crit chance or crit damage on the enemies themselves. Let's fight that guy, since I think we did both of those already. And then we'll take a quick break here and split it into 2, I guess.